Good afternoon, this is Michael Grosso of Private Pook Games with an unboxing of Slapped Silly. This is a test printing, the latest test printing of a card game that I have put together. This one's designed to be simple and fast and for 2 to 4 players. We're going to open it up in just a second and take a look at what this latest printing looks like. So let's get to it. Let's not wait. Whew, shaking the camera. Opening this is an explosive thing. So the first thing I'm looking at here is I added to the cards and the box both a UV coating and a linen texture. I'm not sure if the lighting here is bringing out the linen texture, but if you see that in there, that's just an extra little bit to make it be a little sturdier, look a little nicer. You can see here's the front with this poor guy getting slapped. On the sides, you can see the catchphrase, a slap fighting card game for 2 to 4 players, and the Private Pook Games logo. Here's the top, same sort of thing. On the back, you can see it's a diceless. I'm proud that it's no dice rolling for this one. Nothing wrong with dice rolling, but I didn't want it for this one. And you can stop trying to settle arguments with useless tools like reason and diplomacy and start slapping. And the rest of that you can read over on GameCrafter when I got this live. So let's open this up. First thing I wanted to have in there, because I put this on GameCrafter, and on GameCrafter you can't dictate like an order for everything to come out in. So when you open the box, it says, first time playing, we've got you covered. Find the 4 double-sided rules cards inside to learn how to play. So when the cards come on out, I just wanted to make sure that right away it was really clear that there were rules cards you should start with, and they are numbered. So right here we got rules card 1 and 2. This is 7 and 8. Those are the last ones, actually. There's a total of 4 cards that are double-sided, and this one is the rules reference. So then we got these all here. Ooh, looking pretty nice. Last time I had this game printed, it was on Make Playing Cards, and it was pretty good quality. I know GameCrafter is, I wasn't sure if it was going to come out quite as good, but so far it is pretty good. And let me see, I got all these, but I'm not seeing my other reference cards, which means that's, oh, here we go. So we got 6 and 7, I'm sorry, 5 and 6, I should say. Let's put these in order so we have our 4 reference cards and make sure these all came out okay. All right, where are you at? Where are you at? After that, we can look at the front of these. Rules card 3 and 4. So when you first open it, I just wanted to make sure that the player right away knew that the instructions were built into the cards themselves to make it nice and easy. So you can look through these right away, get the basic components, thematic text, how to win, how to lose. You win by, having your opponents, everyone else in the game suffers too much slap damage. You lose if you suffer too much. And then we have the game set up. A standard player turn, about each card, what's on each one. Different types of cards. So there's 4 different types of cards: slap cards, ability cards, equip cards, and reaction cards, and a little bit about each one to be very specific. And then we'll talk about playing cards face down. That's just one extra rule that has changed since the first printing of this that I think really solves some problems with having a turn and not having any actions. And then there's some examples, card interaction examples on here. More questions about how to play, email over here. Inauthentic praise, yeah, haha. And then lastly, a rules reference that you can leave out while you're playing the first couple of times. So looking at the cards, obviously it's called Slap Silly because it is like a slap fight. The idea is you're slap fighting someone. It's designed to be really silly, so the art reflects that. You can see, reaction cards. If you want to block someone, it's got these cool guys, the dude with the cape and purple hair and the guy with the spiky red hair, and he's wearing a bow tie. This was drawn before the recent passing of Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, but I think that's a nice little thing. You can see there's some equip cards, there's dodging, there's the basic slap card that you can play to cause slap damage. I I also, a new addition, if you'd seen a previous video of this, is I added 1/2 damage. All the cards that cause damage come with the numbers printed on them, so you can play them on opponent, and it's really easy to keep track of the damage. You don't need any extra components for that. The cards are how you track the damage. And then this way I said, oh, okay, so you can play 2 cards of any type face down as 1 slap damage. Because when I was playtesting the game before, you would get to this point where you would only have cards in your hand that couldn't attack the opponent. That is not always a bad thing, but it could lead to turns where you just really can't do anything. This was an adjustment I made to the rules to make it so no matter what, if you have some cards in your hand, you can try and slap. Let's see, we got Examine. That's actually a character whose name was Stinky from the original. I coded a Windows app for Slap Silly when I was learning C#. It was one of the first actual games I made in it, and Stinky was a character in it. Counter Slap, if you want to slap someone back. Backhand. That character is Sir Eric of Slap. He was from it too. He's probably one of my favorites. Let's see, we got Big Slap, because you might want to slap for 1 damage and you get this little red part here, or maybe you want to slap for 2 damage and you got this bigger one. We already looked at block. Let's see. Oh, Steal. He is a very goofy looking guy, but this little criminal here with his money bags, if you want to steal an equip card from them, you can. This is a character, his name was The Fist. He is called that because he has a giant fist. He ended up being a really good character to use for this card because boost is how you draw extra cards. Critical slapping, this is slapping that can't be healed. If you want to disarm an opponent who has gloves or a metal mask, you can disarm them with this slap. Distract, you can, it shows a guy pointing at her toes. That's Martha Mashhead was her name. She has a fly swatter, and she slaps people with that. Like I said, the game was designed to be very just goofy. Dodge, gloves. That's one where you can equip gloves and have extra strength to your slap. In fact, if you have gloves on, you can play slap cards sideways. So instead of for 1 damage, you play it for 2. Awesome. Stinky likes his ice pack that can heal you up. Metal mask. I'm gonna be honest. This is just sort of a goofy art. I don't know if I like it, or I don't know if it's good, really good, or really awful. But I kept it. I like it. And there's some other cards in here like Silly Dance that are just designed to distract. Lots of good stuff. Slap You Silly, which is one you can play with other slap cards to make them extra powerful, so that can be played this way as a combo. Lots of different good stuff in here. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure I went through this new printing. So far, I'm kind of liking it. I had a more complex packaging before, but it made the possibility that if I was going to sell this game, it would mean I needed to charge more, and I don't want to charge more than I have to. And also, it was bigger packaging because I was trying to do some things with it that were complex without any tangible reward. I love complex games. I was trying to make this a super complex game, but what I realized is the way this game is designed is it's kind of silly. It's kind of ridiculous. It's something to play with your friends, 1 or 2 or 3 friends, and just kind of laugh at how goofy it is and how it's just a silly slap fight. And that's when I realized that I'm going to keep this as a basic, quick, 15 minutes most game that you do that way. And that means simpler packaging. That means a lower price of entry. And we'll see. Still not sure if I'm going to sell this officially or just make a couple copies of it for myself and some folks I know. But looking at this, I'm kind of pleased with it. Game Crafter, awesome work with this linen texture. I've actually haven't used this before, and it's a nice little addition. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks. If you have any questions about the game, when it's going to be on sale, if it's going to be on sale, please put them in the comments or visit privatepook.com. Thank you.